Namaste to all of you. Students, today we are going to discuss about yogic philosophy and how yoga is not just a philosophy, rather a way of life. And can be considered yoga as a science or it is just a philosophy? So we will be discussing about all these things. Can we say that the yoga is only a philosophy or it is a science, or is it a way of life? What it is actually? So before going to start all these things, I would like to say that yoga is a philosophy. Yes, yoga is a philosophy. Yoga is a way of life and yoga is a science even. So we can say that yoga is not just a philosophy, it is a way of life, it is science itself. So whatever is introduced in yoga is not just a speculation, it is not just something which is just told by someone and you just have to follow it. No. You can experiment that, you can feel that, you can experience that. It depends how you are practicing. So the more efforts you're going to put, the more results you'll be seeing. So let's start from the very first point of yoga. So basically yoga is having 8 steps. That is yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan and samadhi. So there are the 8 steps of yoga. The very first thing is called yam. Yam means when you are trying to adopt a life of principle. You have set some principles, you try to be truthful and you just try to live a life of, you can say, purity, serenity, where you just try to depict something divine which you are having inside. You just try to depict it. So gradually that divine concept can be seen by others when you just start doing practicing on it. So it is the very first step of doing the yoga. Now let's start talking about the second step. So the second step of yoga is basically based on niyam. What is the routine? Are you doing those yogic practices daily? Now yogic practices doesn't mean to do yoga, to do pranayama or do asana. No, yogic practices means whatever task you have been given. Are you doing that? In case if you are doing it, it means you are doing a yoga. As in Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna emphasized that whatever you are doing with nishkam bhav, with selflessness, without bothering about the result, that is yoga itself. So how can we acquire that selfless state? It can't be possible. Sometimes it feels like that. I also feel like that. Can it be possible? No. We are always having some sort of desires, aspirations, want to be like that. I must have to get this result. Why should I do this? What I am getting? If I am not getting any profit, then why should I do that? See, until and unless you're thinking about all these things, you're not capable to do yoga. So for doing the yoga, first thing is that you must stop thinking about it. What will be the result? What will be the consequence? Can be considered as a negative one also. See, we can't say that those people who are doing the negative things without thinking about its consequence, that are doing yoga. No, they are not doing yoga. Rather, they are under the influence of their id. They are doing what their mind is saying. Whereas yoga is trying to teach us how to control our senses, how to control our 5 senses. So yoga don't say that you just have to do what you want to do. No, yoga is not like that. Yoga is saying that you just have to get a control on it. That's why the first principle is yam, be truthful. The second principle is to follow certain rules and do that without bothering about the results. You must have a control on your senses. Until and unless you are not having a control on your senses, yoga is not made for you. You must have that much of control. And you must know how to exhibit yourself, and you must know how to balance your emotions, specifically the emotion of anger. Until and unless you are unable to balance the emotion of anger, yoga would be quite difficult to implement. But we can't say that it is impossible, because anger can be transformed if we just start doing it daily without deferring the things. So when we will be following the niyam, then you will be capable to do asana. And once you start doing the asana, you get the patience, you feel a sort of inner fulfillment, self-fullness. Mostly these things are too much emphasized these days, that you must have self-fullness, not selflessness, rather self-fullness. So what does it mean? Are these two paradoxical things? No. Selflessness means just dissociate yourself from the wrong identity. What is the wrong identity? This body is the wrong identity. And self-fullness means to associate yourself with your true identity. So what is your true identity? Which is walking inside, not this body. So both of the things are not paradoxical, rather they are the similar concepts. So if you just try to understand it. So now we just discuss about these two things, that yam and niyam we have to follow, and it has to be implemented in education also. The implementation of yoga in education is quite relevant. We can tell the students how to follow the yam, how to be truthful, and see, whenever a child is sent to school and whatever things the child, he or she is being taught in a class, that is just a yoga even. I can say that that is just a yoga. How it can be a yoga? Because you have been taught certain principles, certain values. No one is going to teach you about those theoretical concepts. First, you'll be taught about the basic habits, some good habits. Then you will be taught about some good mannerism. That is what yoga is talking about in the very beginning, yam and niyam. So in yam and niyam, you are learning what you must have to follow in your daily routine, and what sort of code of conduct you must have to